afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast. Me, host Imperial Dane. We're off here to 1 vs 1 on La Glaze Breakout. We shall be watching us in Albus here fighting for Germany, for Deutschland, for the 121st Infantry Division out here against Croaker, fighting for the Soviet Union and the 5th Guards Tank Corps. No Monday Novice fight today, basically due to the patch, and well, barely any Monday Novice fights, and those that were either basically a bit too much like the previous one, or were essentially, well, poor manners from the players, really poor manners overall, which I do not condone, in which case, you know, there was nothing there, so we'll just be having a regular match this Monday. I'm sorry for those who are expecting a Monday Novice fight, but, you know, without sufficient replays, and again, patches constantly wiping out those that might be, I can't really do much. But again, you know, mind your bloody manners. A note here, of course, there's a slight bug here on the map at the moment. We're still with Commander West, we're connected to salvage vehicles. A bit unfortunate. Hopefully, we'll get around to fixing that. Full scores are moving out. Truck moving up here. Fuel being secured. Full conscripts on the way. We're noting commanders, a shock rifle, advanced warfare, and gun motor. Albus, well, pretty much the box standard. He's got none of the other commanders yet. Fuel over being secured. Pretty standard there as well. Imagining we are maybe somewhere in Western Poland or Eastern Germany as the Soviet army advances. Force goes heading north. I suppose it could be the Baltics. The neater part of the Baltics. Are waiting up position in the buildings, moving towards the center there, head sort of right towards west. Vice versa from Albus. First engagement here, Volksgrenadiers versus conscript already out in a small cafe. Volksgrenadiers taking up position in a larger building, which is Arbeit. Additional Volksgrenadiers here, though they seem to be doing nothing. Albus might want to move them up and do something. A third squad there arriving. Two squads are fighting, they might want to move up into heavy cover here. They're a bit out in the open, but then again the Volksgrenadiers seem more occupied with the chaps in the cafe. Full squad are there for Croaker. Points are being secured. Slowly but surely. Sneaking up here where there's very little action on left flank. We're noting here a battle group headquarters being sent up close to the fuel point. And they're going to engage between conscripts and Sturmpioniere. Conscripts quickly falling back there. Engagement are not really going back. And we're seeing here that further troops are moving out. We're seeing here taking up position in the building, but getting surrounded here from all sides by older Soldaten. Taking up position behind cars and whatnot. Mines being laid up in a good position there by the entrance to the, well, cemetery. More conscripts taking up position there. Consider utterly surrounded. He should maybe try to consider cutting off the route here as well to ensure they can't escape through there. And there we go, the Croaker makes a swift retreat there, getting up with most of his men. Had the Sturmpani has been sort of swift enough to get up here, might be able to wipe up the unit. At the same time, the Croaker's sneaking up behind here, slowly surrounding the position here in Albus and his little house. Forces moving up, they might use Steel Granate. No, they are not that effective currently versus units built. Might was up here, taking no chance. There we go, Steel Granate! And really no difference there. Lots of troops moving up there, point blank, in cover. Rather close there, of course, a lot of conscripts fight back as well. Two squads in this building, in fact, there have been two squads here sort of reasonably fight effectively from this angle. In the end, the Sturm Pioneers and the Volksgrenadiers, in fact, all three units they're fighting down, does in the end become a bit too much. We do see the conscripts are forced to fall back here in the face of rather righteous Wehrmacht firepower. We do see again further pushing up here. Luftwaffe has been chosen to do not an MG-34 up here for Albus. Forces in a position here. He could set up a mine of his own there if he wants to. Very nice harassment there. Hooking around there, taking advantage of the fact that Albus folks all forces to just continue sneaking about here. Lovely thinking there. MG-34 moving up. Supports the Infanterie Division Soldaten. MG-34 setting up. And fires away there. Rapidly connecting territory there. Good, good. No taking up so far from Croaker. Just moving over to the battle group headquarters. And they're going to engage between the Storm Pioneers and combat engineers. The combat's rather realising they do not quite have the same engineering skills the Storm Pioneers do, and never mind the same weapons, which tends to make them more of a difference. Comes going for the point over here. Forces healing up, reinforcing. MG-34 setting up to cover up things here. The victory point is being lost rapidly to the 5th Guards Tank Corps. Rapidly advancing here. The infantry is shown tasked with holding this small township and hoping they can stall the advance of Soviet armor until some kind of armor of their own can reinforce. MG-34 setting up here, opening up the conscripts. Rather rapid fire, but they do manage to make it into the building safely. The Ura fueling their will to not get shot down. Holding up position here close to the village or town square. Polska's moving up, 2 squads advancing there, MG-34 covering up. All further quieter, second truck moving up, Polska's moving up as well. No further events, but there we go. Support weapon company up here for Croaker.
120mm mortars are now available for deployment.
120mm mortar arriving there. A rather interesting choice to go for this building, then call in a heavy mortar. There's nothing wrong in that. Usually you might expect to see the other thing happen, but in my opinion, there we go. He's cleared out the mine there, rather ruining Croaker's surprise. Noting a Schwerer Panzer headquarters being set up already. So closer to the fuel point further. Albus really setting up this as a share point where everything will be operating from largely. It's also to an extent allowing Croaker to sort of more, dominate the rest of the map, so only holding more resource points. One shot mortar round flying through the air, fuel cache going up there. Croaker further establishing a fuel dominance. Not a bad idea, not a bad idea. Could certainly also indicate he might be playing here for doctrinal armour. Of course, setting up fuel caches to support that is not a bad idea, quite the opposite. Of course, at the same time, you have to be careful you don't make it too obvious either to your opponent what you might be aiming for, in which case your opponent might try and take up some more direct measures to halt that. Heavy mortar bombarding. Shattering snow and fritzes. Also going to catch the heavy mortar there, spotting the fuel cache most likely in the process. Comet sneaking in as well. Mine engagement over here soon to a cursed. Conscripts moving in, they will end up in range of the Sturmpioniere. There you go, veterans to 1. Need more further finding here. Fallschirmjäger appearing to aid. The Infanterie Division, a small company, has been detached to assist. Remote falling back here. Storm Pioneers here, not looking too good. Their position's not so good compared to the Conscript. The Conscript ultimately forcing them away. And he's trying to clear out the fuel cache, though it's going to be a bit difficult. Oh, he's going to Panzerfaust it. I feel that might be a bit of waste of munitions there. Battle rifles on the FG Fallschirmjäger might be able to clear it out. They probably should stop moving to just start shooting it. A mortar guards from arriving as well. Oh, Scheiße! Heavy mortar seems to have received a bit of a buff. The overall mortars have apparently received a bit of a buff, though a bit of a stealth buff, making them a bit more volatile towards enemy infantry somehow. Maybe just making them more accurate. Who knows? Another Fallschirmjäger unit here arriving, rapidly revealing all of his cards in that department. Constantly moving straight into the Fallschirmjäger's line of fire. FT-42s firing a volley of bullets, quite unlike anything else. Constantly making a rush there for the building. A geballte Ladung, they does not have the munitions for it. Constantly have 2 squads in here. This time around, perhaps not quite as effective. Not all of them can shoot out at the time only. In fact, makes it easier for explosive weapons to do a lot of damage. Say if he was to get a Infanteriegeschütz, that doesn't seem like it. It does not seem like it. The question is, what could Albus then be planning? And the cafe there went down finally.
We are losing supplies to the enemy.
Over to Albus. Panzerschrecks equipped. Adding further to their firepower versus the communist threat. But Croaker pushing up towards the center again. Albus having a bit of trouble there, sort of holding the map, and certainly that heavy mortar is only going to make things more awkward. Of course, a Infanteriegeschütz reserve a bit of light through that way could perhaps provide a bit of counter pressure towards the heavy mortar if utilized correctly. Volksker's moving up here. Enforcing, and there go Fudge closing in here on the guards from the enemy shield grenade. Oh, almost ranking the entire unit. DP left behind. Oh, could he get him? No! Yuri makes it out of there. The only survivor. Volksker's here versus conscripts inside the church, not really a good position. Only one place to shoot up from here. And Volksker's here with a DP they've secured, so now they actually have a light machine gun, which should overall make them a bit more impressive in the longer run. Fudge pushed away. More heavy mortar fire, MG34 setting up here, needs to be careful. Customs quickly suppressed here by rapid MG34 fire. And combat engineers getting suppressed as well. Things are flooding a bit here for Croaker, but there we go. A direct hit from the mortar, almost wiping the entire unit, getting veterans one as well. Volksker's fighting him versus conscripts. A steel grenade could be thrown here versus the Russians, but no, maybe not. Panzerschreck though puts Dimitri out of his misery. Need to be careful about keeping his troops this close. With the heavy mortar round, of course, he right now could maybe try and pop out a fighting unit right next to the heavy mortar and maybe that way get the drop on it. Of course, that's me suggesting, but no. Seems to be not the case here. Light harassment going on.
Assault is now at hand. The troops await your command.
And the Volksgrenadiers with the LMG move out. Another heavy mortar strike there, almost bombing at the Sturm Pioneers, but so far they managed to get out of that largely safe. Largely. Resources are being built up here by Albus. Could he be sensing what his opponent's up to and build up for something like a Panther? At the same time, he's rather light on the anti-tank department, otherwise, I mean, a quick rush for T-34s right now, in fact, could catch him gravely off guard, if anything, since he'd only have a single Panzerschreck to hold back with. There you go, making the direct move with the mortar. That always seems like Croaker was aware that something like that would happen. It's always about setting up. Taking a bit of shots there, and we do see a field barrage going down here from the field gun. DP equipped. Volksker's is doing their duty for the fatherland. And then he's moving straight into the barrage zone. But somehow manages to get away with it. There go, looks like a country squad will out. Another one. Good, probably not going to get wiped, but still take quite a thrashing. Units holding up here. Guards in the nearby building. Lacks the munitions to force the communists out with force. Another heavy mortar strike. That 120mm mortar is definitely doing quite good work. Minutes force away. MG34 firing support as well, suppressing the conscripts ever so lightly because Jerry stuck his fat face up a bit too far. Grenade there doesn't do too much, only killing one soul. And Minutes look like they're going straight for the fuel point again. He's home to delay fuel, but already now he has the fuel to get in those T-34 and it seems clear now that this is exactly what Croaker is playing for. Still getting the resource though for the Panther here for Albus. DP Volksgrenadiers holding up. What could Albus be planning? I mean, he's soon got the resources for a Panther. There you go, flame for assault, conscripts moving in there trying to flash out the faction once more. I mean, we do see a bit more content as before the fuel. Third Volksgrenadier squad, he's just calling it regularly, or maybe he's hoping to sort of pop up here, and sadly couldn't. I mean, there are some options there. Albus up to 3 Volksgrenadier units, so at the same time the question is maybe he should have just gone for some orbital darting as well, since he already had the Schwere Panzer cores up, sort of add some further long-range firepower there with the LMG-34s. Just a thought anyways. Holy hell! Veterans order there for the heavy mortar and making it accurate, and making it fire faster. Overall going to cause Albus here, and the infantry division a bit of a headache. Really building up there, and again he's getting very close being to calling a Panther. He should do that as quickly as possible and then actually begin applying pressure to his opponent with it, maybe with a pincer mounted machine gun on top as well. Guardsmen continue to be a threat from there. Holding up here by a few market assault conscious, trying to make it a bit closer there to sort of outflank them, but the FD-42s are causing a bit too much. Then they go veterans too. And ultimately though, they are still forced to retreat here. The firepower is simply too much. Victory point has got fighters moving up. Conscripts hiding slightly in ambush. Troops enforcing here. Still no sign of a Panther or anything. And there you go. Conscripts gate up close here with the FD-42s. Further pressure towards the fuel point again. He's really sort of delayed the fuel, but again, his opponent already has the fuel for it. So I mean, he only sort of, and now might sort of prevent a quick recall in of second pair of T-3045s. Another heavy mortar strike there. 14 kills already. Volksgrenadiers there doing nothing. Looks like 2 squads now equipped with Panzer 6. Panther really seriously soon available. More rocket strikes. Ooh, nice grenade there, almost getting entire Guards infantry unit. With the DP Volksgrenadiers here fighting a smaller fight versus the counter up here. Can they turn things around and win the fight? But slowly Albus is getting back most of the map, but his opponent must be getting close to being able to call in those T-3045s. Though there's still no sign of anything resembling armor here from Albus. I mean, even now he could actually also be called in a Lux before that and then called in a Panther, and probably be holding even greater advantage towards his opponent as something that would probably might benefit from something else. Light infantry should still, I think, have been also a bit helpful. Oh, looks like he's sending a third truck, so could it be he's actually aiming for the King Tiger himself? Some pretty ballsy play there. I mean, he's definitely going to be behind in the terms of the T-3045s. I mean, he's going to need to trade up for fuel quickly. Then he should also consider getting a Kenmeth, because 2 Panzer is going to be a bit limited in holding back a pair of T-3045s in the longer run. Trying to ambush his opponent here. Having the Storm Pioneers also in support. Good thinking there. Can he hold out? Storm Pioneers taking advantage of the retreating Fallschirmjäger to get closer to the conscripts without taking any damage. We do see the conscripts there quickly getting wiped out in the process. And in the end, the Storm Pioneers are overwhelmed even with veterans too. Nope, they might still get a squad wipe there. That could be huge in participating in the veterans fleet. Yes, there we go. A small victory for Deutschland. And then we go, T-35's up. And again, only 2 Panzers there to really stop them. He's not training for fuel either. He should really do that if he's going to play for this. I mean, that would actually give him some more fuel to sort of slowly, quickly get towards that King Tiger. A bit of a problematic gambling. Now, the question is, will Croaker pull his advantage to the fullest here? Because right now, Albus will be extremely open to any kind of sort of armoured intervention in that direction. But time for the mid-game analysis. Current situation here is a bit. Albus is a bit of a problem. His opponent's actually got all the armour out. His anti-tank defences are very light. He's got a ton of infantry compared to his opponent, but again, it's going to be difficult to sort of fully utilise. We also note here he's now fully mining up the roads here. Croaker also on realising he's got a ton of munitions. He's actually got something to use it for. But for Albus, I mean, he's really going to play for that King Tiger. He needs to begin training munitions for fuel, and he needs to do it now so he can have it a little bit fast. He needs to sort of basically stay up for it, so also basically end up spending no manpower for reinforcements, so he's overall going to have to give up the map for a bit of a while. That's a bit the problem with the current strategy he's playing. He will have to trade territory and hope he can sort of get back with the King Tiger sufficiently fast. So there's a bit of an issue there for him. I mean, if he's going to play for it, I mean, he should eventually consider some Kenmeth support. I mean, overall, he needs something else than just Panzerschrecks and a single King Tiger. I mean, his opponent's going to keep calling in T-35 or something else. He might risk the King Tiger simply getting utterly outmaneuvered, so that's slightly dangerous for him. Over on Croaker's side of things, his infantry is looking a bit worse for wear. Overall, a lot more pressure being applied versus him. He's, of course, got the T-35, so he might also be sensing, you know, that something's being built up for. He doesn't know what, though, of course. At the same time, he might suspect a King Tiger, I suppose, because he's seen not staying for 20 minutes now. He really ought to then, because he knows lighter vehicles either, which could indicate a Panther, but he's not seen a Panther either, and that should have been out by now, so a King Tiger might be what he could expect. Certainly getting I'm one, of course, setting up marked vehicle then for good usage on that. Another field gun might sort of be helpful as well, sort of bounce off any armoured assaults as well from Albus that way. More mines is good. Otherwise, keep up the pressure. He already has been already sort of playing a decent strategy here versus Albus, and my pawns there. So we'll just keep things up, not wasting T-35. In fact, pushing forwards with them could lastly already kill Albus. In fact, if he just goes forward, he begin blasting away at the Schwerer Panzer headquarters and then slowly follows up. He could probably already take him out of commission completely, because Albus again is very vulnerable at the moment to the T-35s. Back to the fight here. T-35 moving up and being engaged by Panzerschreck, barely doing any damage there, because he does have a bit of health. Misses though, that the machine gun does get a kill there. Another Panzerschreck. More Panzerschreck. Volkswagen's up on the road there, taking some further heavy loss there to T-35s. Engineers charging in on top of everything. Almost close to killing his own there. Still ends up pulling back there, perhaps feeling a bit worried. Of course, and he quickly initiates some self-repairs to sort that out.
Our T-34s have been outfitted with 85mm guns.
Rather heavy multiplier going in there. Still no trading for fuel there. No self-repairs either, he should really consider that. He's got the munitions for it. So do it, comrade. Get those T-35 quickly back into farming again. We are knowing he's barely doing anything with the units, and he could really push forward and do a lot of damage. We could in fact apply a lot of pressure to Albus right here and actually do a lot of damage. But rather than instead, Croaker's getting extremely defensive right here, but he probably shouldn't be. And that's going to be a massive advantage here for Albus, sort of allowing him to get back in the fight, even as he slowly loses territory. His main force is going to be largely untouched, ensuring he doesn't have to worry too much about manpower expenditures until he gets to King Tiger. In fact, now there's just about a minute till the King Tiger arrives. So right here, Croaker is making a bit of a strategic blunder, not pursuing when he can pursue. They're just sitting around with a large force. In particular, considering he's sitting with a lot of the better cards on hand, including a veteran mortar, tanks, field guns, machine guns, and lots of infantry. So this again is a massive blunder. Might as well just speed this up since there's nothing really happening. And there you go, King Tiger is being called up. He's still not moving. In fact, he took ages to even get repairing those tanks. He's not... Come on, Croaker. Repair them both. At least get them moving as well. At least he's got demo charge and mines up, that's something. It's only going to be difficult for Albus to break out, but still. He could have been a lot more aggressive with those tanks. And there we go, finally getting around to self-repair, so that also took him his sweet damn time there. Damn sweet time. And there we go, Königstiger has arrived. A schwerer Panzerabteilung has sent out one of its most precious King Tigers to support the front line here under the Infantry Division. Tasked with counter-attacking the village and clearing out the Russians now occupying the township.
We are ready to build it or blow it.
Rolling forwards in the name of Deutschland. Guardsmen in a nice building, and one hell of a hit there shatters a large part of it, though, leaving the occupants rather unharmed. And we do see them quickly getting out there before the building collapses like a house of cards. And there we go, buttoning it up already. Doesn't have the means though for Mark Beagle. He should get behind it. He should get behind it. He should not be engaging it from the front. That's a bit too risky there. Hamshank's moving up. Guardsmen should all go better before there for the folks Grenadiers. Get stunned actually. 16 kills by the way already here. King Tiger wiping out the Guardsmen on the retreat. T-35 over the damaged engine. Shot managed to penetrate the frontal armour. The King Tiger though is the tank with the most thickest flanks. Now there you go, T-35 down. He could get the heavy mortar. Shoot! Shoot! Dieter! Oh, that was close. Oh, he actually has an excellent chance of pursuing, but he ends up pulling back. He's pulling back. Ah, scheisse. Oh, the looks like another pair of T-35 might be called in. He should quickly get repairing the King Tiger though. Use the Pioneers. Use the Pioneers. Repair. Fix it. Fugen here firing away. Coming up from the Königstiger. And his high velocity 88 mg, the same as on the Yak Panther and the Elephant. Nice shot there, almost got wiped out. Not a shot. Good thing, by the way, yes, the mines was clear. Next we go, field gun down. But repair it. The King Tiger's got any left, barely any left health. Left. And there go more T-35 right and forth. This is a bad situation for the Königstiger. The T-35 rolling forwards like a mighty armoured steamroller, and the King Tiger's pulling back here. Realising it's a bit outnumbered. If he gets outmaneuvered here, it's going to be in deep trouble. A gun firing. Damaged engine there. Other T-35 moving forwards. Panzerflex getting up to stop the armoured advance here. And there go lots of Panzerflex flying, doing a little damage here. T-35 for these spots as well. Fallschirmjäger needs to zurückfallen. He's actually keeping at it. He should just pull back here. A bit too slow there, a bit too slow. And there you go, finally getting that King Tiger repaired. He could have done it a lot sooner. Troops need to be enforced as well. And there you go. Oh, a wrong turn at the wrong time. Volkskriegs knocked it out with cold blood. More mines over here would be good. Nice grenade in the front of Volkskriegs. They're really getting up the kill rate here. The DP is definitely helping in their lethality. And now on the other hand, we are noting here that Croaker is in a bit of trouble. He's just lost most of his tanks. He's down to 2. His opponent's got a veteran to 1 King Tiger already giving it combat blitz. And he's got no anti-tank weapons at all except, well, the anti-tank rifles, which are not exactly known for being very useful against the might of the Königstiger.
This territory is ours.
The King Tiger was surprisingly mobile, by the way. It had more or less at the same speed as a Tiger tank, by the way. Of course, the problem was the engine and all the other technical bits had a bit of a problem pulling it in the longer run. Though surprisingly, it was also more, say, reliable than a Panther, actually. And in general, sort of in terms of mechanical reliability, more of them ended up in the long run being running than Panthers. Heavy, once more, seems to miss the opportunity of getting the heavy mortar. But there you go, the King Tiger is just really laying it down on the infantry. In fact, he's got a golden opportunity to actually push forwards and knock his opponent out of the war and out of this battle. And possibly into a gulag as well. Because rather here, maybe proving why it can be a bit dangerous to just play for doctrine armor without anything, meanwhile sort of take up things. And there you go, nice hit there from the King Tiger. Needs to keep moving, Forwards. Fugen is on the way. Unit wiped out on retreat. MD-30... No, conscripts lost. Barely an infantry. Fuel cache could also go down. Needs to keep pushing forwards. Come on. Why are you moving away? The enemy is that way. Use group steel and force engines to crush them. Come on, Deutschland. Vorwärts, Blitzkrieg. Holds that. Rather instead, Albus seems to get all of a sudden extremely timid here, losing out on otherwise golden opportunity to really deliver a jackboot to the throat of Croaker. King Tiger found a Pentagon machine gun by the way up here already. He might end up giving his opponent a bit too much time there. Go veteran 3 by the heavy mortar, giving him much further range. And the 100 mortar was a very popular mortar, very good mortar as well. And now Albus, despite having a King Tiger, is actually getting very defensive rather than saying taking advantage. In fact, he's now got combat blitz, so even if things go wrong, he can actually get out of there quickly. He can also push forward with it very aggressively as well, in case he needs to make a quick offensive maneuver. So a bit disappointing here in Albus. An otherwise strong hand, but he's not using it. It's basically the same as Croaker just minutes before. He's got a strong hand and he's not pushing forwards with it. He's just sitting down. I mean, a King Tiger is nothing to exactly scoff at, in particular with the infantry support. He's also got a raid for it. He's also got tons of resources slowly there. But there we go, looks like something's happening. Shattering a fence, where some Russians were hiding behind, but not quite shattering the Russians, which would rather the more desired outcome. Another fence shattered, another Bolshevik fence. Tanks moving up, field guns moving up as well. King Tiger still holding back here for Albus. Mark vehicle though is available. Harassing towards the victory points there, good job. Could consider getting some orbital done support. Large infantry force moving here, lots of minesweepers, good, good. There you go. Guardsmen moving straight into the line of the King Tiger field gun moving up as well. We could see the guardsmen getting absolutely wiped out, and there we go, looks like it, T-35 moving up as well, field gun firing. Several shots managed to penetrate the front arm, there we go, combat blitz. Albus quickly backpedals out of this one. Anti-tank rifle dropped. There you go, nice hit from the CoH2. Nice hit, Commandant. Still ends up pulling further back here. Of course, if that had been a bit further forward, he could have actually been repairing, say, around here, which might have suited him a bit better. Quick cavalry landing on the Guards infantry. Oh, nice hit there on the 4 actually on the Fallschirmjäger. Allowing to really tear through those Guards infantry on retreat. King Tiger moving forwards again. Hey, mortar though could have been rushed there. Points are being secure. A mine right in front of the church. Croaker making good use of mines, though Albus making good use of minesweepers. I mean, if you want to say deal with some of these weapons, the Stukas Fus would actually right now be a good choice. Could clear out the heavy mortar, could also be used to clear out the field gun. So Stukas Fus would be an absolutely excellent choice right now to support the CoH2. With of course allows him to sort of further push forwards and clear out the tanks. He can't really afford to wait too long because his opponent might get another, say, pair of T-35s, in which case he will have a much stronger armored hand and can actually swarm the King Tiger. You can't really handle that many tanks at once, in particular not T-35s, which are a bit more durable in the game. Here we go, Haymore taking another hit. Looks like he's making an assault. Shot missed there, go for the field gun or something. There we go, shot connected. Oh, no, actually didn't. Mark vehicle up, though. Good choice there, good choice there. So I'm going to force Albus to be very careful, pulling back his CoH2. Panzer's flying a bit here, but ultimately forced away. Flamethrowers and the T-35s, they're going back on veterans too. And looks like the Sturmavik there went down. Manning enough guardsmen off, forcing back the Fallschirmjäger. Further pressure on the flank, there we go, small tank rushing forwards. King Tiger once more waiting for repairs. While Croaker essentially just keeps buying himself more time. And really with the kind of choice that Albus makes, he really needs to make the most out of the King Tiger as long as he has it. Because the more time he gives, the more time, so there's of course a chance of basically building up a superior force that can swarm it and take it out in short order. We're getting close there to victory 2. Another infantry assault there. Would be great if you get into victory 2. That would certainly make the King Tiger further lethal, since that would allow the turret to turn faster and also make the gun work. And there we go, another excellent hit there. One engineer down. Dimitri took one hell of a hit there. And there he goes. The house went down, Friedrich. Yeah, good shooting, Dieter. Fallschirm is holding up as a consequence. More guys moving up. Need to fall back. Zurückfallen, Leute. I know you're a Fallschirmjäger, but you're not that good. Not when you're overwhelmed like that. Very close here to victory 2. Very close. Units getting wiped out here. Albus taking heavy infantry losses. Also needs to be careful around that demo charge. King Tiger though pulls back again. Albus seems to be extremely worried about something. And of course, I mean, psychology is very important in a game like this. I mean, getting too timid on defense all of a sudden can also lead to a defeat despite maybe having a stronger hand, because you're unable to push that hand and actually your opponent sort of time to be more aggressive. There we go, victory 2. Faster turret to a certain extent, but also more accurate.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
There we go, far away. That field got knocked out. He has to chance here to knock it out, but he actually ends up pulling back again. Note, psychology here. Albus is extremely worried, extremely nervous, extremely sort of jumpy. In fact, allowing the enemy armor and anti-tank to get off a few free hits there, otherwise could have resulted in a very quick knockout of the field, instead results in it actually getting away with veteran 2 and close to veteran 3 here. So I mean, you know, do sort of try to sort of maintain an aggressive and positive attitude as much as possible.
Ready for action.
Heavy mortar just continues to be an utter menace there. 31 kills. He's really done quite a good job there. Repairing the King Tiger again. 42 kills, man. I mean, he's really done well already, and 3 vehicles destroyed, lots of infantry dead. But at the same time, you know, this fight could have been over much sooner if he'd been using it, well, as more aggressive. And he's getting a Sturmtiger. I mean, that could also work out well. Interesting enough, we've not seen Croaker call in the T-3045s here. I wouldn't think he would do that. Infantry here in a lot of trouble. They could take that down with King Tiger. Demo charge going off finally. Mines being swept. Sturmtiger rolling vorwärts. Apparently lots of schwerer somethings are being emptied to deploy support here for the infantry division. Oh dear, the rocket hit something or exploded. He might be shooting after the Tiger or the T-35. Either way, he missed the heavy mortar. There go the other T-35's called in. King Tiger's nowhere to support. It's actually got to be exposed. He's too caught up with the infantry. Now the Sturmtiger control focus moving up here. This is bad. He needs to do a combat blitz to get into a better position. Right now, very schnell. Marked vehicle on the Sturmtiger. Now that's a surprising choice there. Tanks moving in. Lots of tanks. Guards tank corps is unleashing its full might here. Sturmtiger in an awful lot of trouble. King Tiger though turning its mighty gun in turn. There we go. Looks like one T-35 about to go down. Need to quickly shift target there for King Tiger. But side is exposed to the T-35s. Blitz and turn. Blitz and turn.
The enemy has destroyed one of our vehicles.
There goes shot stinging away there. Field gun there. Not going to recruit T-35 turning around. Front there, taking an awful lot of shots there from the field guns. There we go. Veteran T3 in absolute dangerous in here, and there we go. He rammed it, stunning it, allowing the field gun more shots, and also allowing the other tanks to get closer. Panzer are firing by the other Panzer 6. He needs to combat blitz away. Can't allow them to get close. There we go. But he might have been beaten too late there. And there we go, it's gone behind, the rear arm is exposed. And there we go, King Tiger went down, it was swarmed. Knocked out, not properly supported. And now Albus seems a bit upset. Well, let's stop here. And 70% of the kills, let's see. Overall, Croaker did 135 kills. Alrighty. 37, that's not quite 70%. That's probably about 30%. Around that, 25% maybe. Not 70%. I mean, he did something, but again, it also rather reveals again the vital aspect, and maybe while this might not be a Monday novice fight, it still has that important hallmark of actually teaching a very important lesson. In this case, the lesson of psychology. I mean, psychology is extremely important in this game. Attitude is important in this game. It's not something you hear a lot of people talk about, but it's insanely important. Psychology can really make the absolute difference about winning or losing, because psychology determines if you actually take chances, if you actually move forward, if you actually do damage, if you actually catch your opponent off guard, rather than playing to your opponent's tune. And certainly the one thing that sort of really made me get to where I basically was years ago, which was basically a very mediocre player, and then getting to the stage where I'm now, where I'm largely in the top 100 for every army, is, you know, psychology, that, you know, drive forwards, that ability to sort of believe in my victory, but also believe, you know, my opponent isn't invincible, and such. In this case, of course, we also learned another thing about the psychology of artillery. And again, I mean, for Albus, and again, that's the important thing, I'm not saying he's a complete crybaby, but still it teaches us an important lesson. Again, the artillery sort of basically put so much pressure on his mind he couldn't think clearly. And again, that's a sort of another side of artillery. It's not just an artillery weapon, it's also a psychological weapon. Artillery can sort of constantly lay down a nasty pressure on an opponent and can force them to make irrational decisions. And that seems to have been a bit the case here. And in fact, again, we should note here that Albus, again, despite having a King Tiger, despite having done a lot of damage to his opponent, you know, he held back, he didn't move forward, he didn't make a sort of focused, cautious advance, he just basically didn't move, he just held his ground. Gave Croaker time to build up and counter-tank. Of course, we saw Croaker moments before do the exact same thing, but the difference is, well, of course, Croaker's economy sort of better allowed for that. And of course, in the end, I mean, Albus made a bit of a mistake there, and also with the Sturm Tiger overall, I mean, a few decisions there, which in the end allowed Croaker to push through. But again, this lastly came down to psychology. We saw some nice play there, we saw some nice sort of playing out the other doctrines, you know, figuring out, oh, he's going for that, and I'll go for that, and so on. I mean, Croaker again would have lost had Albus been more aggressive, because again, you know, the problem with the Croaker was, of course, he just basically held back too much. He could have pushed for a much stronger advantage. He had some early tanks out, which could have forced Albus to maybe make some different choices instead. Instead, though, he gave Albus just enough time, though it was rather close luck there for Albus, that Croaker himself then ended up getting nervous because of the Patricks, though he probably shouldn't have, in particular with the heavy mortar in tow. So there were some mistakes there made by both players. Both players got too timid at the wrong point, but in the end, though, it was Albus' timidity that in the end rather held him back too much and became his own undoing. So again, you know, and this is an extremely important lesson. I think it's something a lot of players need to learn, in particular new players, you know. Attitude and psychology matters an awful lot in this game, and having the right one can really get you far in this game. I mean, trust me, you won't become a good player unless you sort of begin, you know, thinking less about this is overpowered and so on, rather more about, you know, what can I do to beat the snot out of this bastard no matter the cost. And of course, overall, sort of letting you be sort of less intimidated by things, for sort of, you know, pushing forwards no matter the cost, exploring. I mean, trying to find out, is there actually something to worry about, or isn't there? I mean, that's also an important thing, you know, actually checking out to see what's there, and then actually trying to do something about it. So, there you go. I hope you enjoyed this lesson, episode, but also lesson. I hope you learned something from it. Again, you know, psychology matters, ladies and gentlemen. Psychology matters. If you think your stuff is crap, you will treat it like it's crap. If you act like it's, you know, it's the best equipment in the world, I mean, you'll generally perform better. Of course, sometimes, you know, sometimes it might be crap, but generally, you know, you try to put some thorough testing into it and sort of further fully understand it. But there you go. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you learned something from this. I hope it might have given you some few ideas there. And again, my apologies for no Monday Novice fight, but again, there was nothing really good. So this is Imperial Dane saying cheers, and see you all tomorrow.